Hello there, I'm a time capsule scratch builder, and I'm going to be taking you round my diorama of the old ball in Inkberrow, which is actually also features in the Archers as the pub that you can hear being used in the radio play. William Shakespeare also was apparently had visited here and came up with the title for Midsummer Night's Dream inside the pub, apparently on his way to London. And I'm just going to take you around, give you a bit of an overview of the building process, a bit of an idea of what went into this scratch build. Nothing's from a kit. Everything is purely started off as its raw material. Well, I say raw material, plastic, it's paper. Now the inspiration behind this was because my granddad painted this particular pub originally, and I felt that the need to make a 21st century version in three-dimension basically. It's a piece of art, really. That's how I see it. All the walls are the wattle and daub is made from polyfiller placed molded in between paper beams basically, and it gives a really nice effect. I would have done it just card facing and drawn the lines on, but no, I felt that polyfiller gave a fantastic effect with wattle and daub. I mean, there you can see the back corner there, the comparison photo, and which is not too bad. A view of the seating area and the sign there. That's literally plastic card, and those are printed out off from a picture, basically, which is quite effective. Overview of the deck chairs, the picnic area there. So this all exists. This is all a real place, so pretty accurate. But, those actually were constructed, that you can see in the picture. Very fiddly job. Super glue, bits of plastic card cut out specifically to certain lengths, and pieces glued together, and there's 8 of them actually in total. As you see the umbrella there, it's they're made out of but it's just literally paper cut out. It's kind of angled the Pim's lettering so that you can so it's at the right angle, but yeah, circular and cut out, and on a piece of painted white pole basically, a bit of wire. And that's a little barbecue. All the canisters in there are made by Milliput, moulded to shape, and a little handle on top. That's a bit of wire. Now the trees, this is significant for me because these were made, as you can see, wire wound and then covered in Milliput, and then painted up, and it gives this really good bark effect once you've scored into the Milliput. And I'm so proud of moving them on from my previous project because they looked all right, but now you can really, I mean, you can see the fine. I've individually glued in the foliage, you see, so it gives this sort of fantastic, almost sparse leaf effect, particularly on the bigger tree there, because it's in a bit of an autumn colour. But we're just slipping into autumn here. We're not fully in autumn, so if you're wondering why there's quite a few flowers out, but yeah, no, the trees are a big part of it, really. That's one of the main things. And as you can see with this tree, there's actually a standard sort of tree you get at a model show, or just a very cheap little sort of fir tree, scattered in different scatters, and literally PVA glue all the way through, basically diluted. And it gives this, and I just literally covered it in all these scatters. Brilliant effect, really nice effect. I didn't know what to do with that, so it was how to get that change up and looking like a evergreen tree. And but I think it works. I think it, there's my scratch built wheelbarrow, which I was very proud of. A bit of sheet of metal, a bit of wire, and another flower pot in there. And the fence, that was nice to cut out. Another look at the tree there. And now the road, yeah, that was all polyfiller. I love for polyfiller, which is you can see they've got a pothole there, which I enjoyed carving out and sort of and dry brushing around. As did I love making the tiles. It is literally, as you'll see, strips of paper that are layered over the top of each other, and then PVA glue used just a light bit to attach them on, and then finally scored into, and then you get it weathered up, a bit of dry brushing, a few different all sorts of different colours, and it does give off a really good effect. I thought I've used this method on standalone little models that I've made over the years, and it really became effective. And some people really worry about making roofs. They find that a really real difficulty, but this is a good method to use. It's got this terracotta colour to it as well, the old ball. So it means that you have to sort of mix that up and try and work out the best look to, I was looking at picture references of the real thing, so I'm trying to copy that best I can, and I think I got it. But some little electrical boxes, which are all plastic card and card layered together and, laminated, and little air ventilation cube for the kitchen. And this is one of my favourite parts of the whole model, believe it or not, the whole diorama, is this little flower bed thing, because it's all plastic card, but those the bracing at the back there, that's individually layered strips of plastic card, bit of plastic weld to hold it all down around the edges, and painted up, in a sort of effective weathered wood effect, and that's sort of been painted, and it does look like the real thing, and it's got the little brick underneath the one end, just because it's not quite level, any of that. It is on the real thing, but I can imagine people stumbling past that after they've had a few. But anyway, these are the flower pots there, which they're made out of milliput, those, and they've got I just used a bit of plastic rodding just to mould the insides, really, and then put a bit of foliage on top. The hanging baskets, bit of wire through. They've got the plastic card mounts that they took a while to connect to the card there, but to the card bracing through the building. But here you can see these are the little flower beds, which I did twice. The first time I scribed plastic card, this time I layered plastic card on top of each other, and I think, with the flowers stippled with paint on top, I think it does give a really nice looking effect of slate. I think weathered up, you get that sort of uneven sort of texture. And the real things, the real flower beds, that's what they kind of look like. The other thing with this diorama, which I was tempted, and I don't know if I should have, is the fact you can take the roof off. And it does have an interior, which is a nice little surprise. And as you can see, you got the tables in there. It mirrors very closely what it does look like in the old ball. Probably more like what it looks like after you've had a few. But it does look like someone's had a bit of a scrap in there. It's a bit, but then that's the bar that I absolutely love making. That was a joy to make. You can see all the tables all scratch built. Everything's scratch built. The floors scribed, painted black, and then weathered with different paints, grey paints on top. And the chairs, the red chairs down underneath the window, and the milliput. And of course the other thing is it has lighting, which is all controlled by this lever here, which is hidden around the back of that bushed area at the back there, beyond that wall, and it's simply an on-off-on switch, but I just use the on-off facility on it. But it gives a really nice effect at night anyway. as you can see by the nighttime image there. Um, but and it's all the battery's all cased in this little compartment on the end corner. You take a little lid out, and yeah, you've got your little connectors, and the battery's placed inside, and all nicely hidden away. And it does. I mean, it's quite a job to get the battery back out though once it's in, but it does its job, you know. And that's a comparison photo of the real thing at the top, my diorama at the bottom, and yeah, it's come out pretty well. Yeah, if you want to find out any more, the whole building process is on Time Capsule Scratch Builder on Instagram and Twitter. Um, and honestly, subscribe for more. There's loads of projects to come. Thanks for watching.